Morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday, the 20th of May. So, let's have a look at what we've got in store today. Firstly, news-wise, it's just bringing the news, just bringing the calendar here. And Monday, we've got quite. We've got in Europe. It might be a bit quieter here. We've got holidays in both France, Germany, and bank holidays with Monday. Certainly holidays there. Switzerland, Canada, bank holiday as well. Victoria Day. So a few bank holidays. So might be a little bit quieter, but many of the major markets still open. So them running. We've got a number of speakers this afternoon. It's showing one here at the moment, but on my other news service, main news service, it's got about 3 or 4 speakers. So we've got some volatility potentially this afternoon, but nothing significant otherwise. So let's look at the technicals and the euro dollar first. Well, this morning we've already got off to a reasonable start. Friday we ended up with a bit of a doji bar there. Opened and closed same area. Today, well, what we've seen is a retracement back into its quarterly pivot here. It's broken through the quarterly, retested. I say that was last week actually, and it's since then it's bouncing up this morning. Well, we'll have to see how this develops. Isn't it? Difficult here. We've come within a smidgen of its daily pivot. Smidgen of the R1. It's not the cleanest of markets for me to trade at the moment. I like the potential of the continuation here, but not necessarily got a trade to take on it. The pound, bit weirder price action. We've had a little gap down to start the day, which has made the price action on here look a bit iffy, whether that happened across all the markets. But it's I'll take this old trend line off. It's broken it anyway. So we're in this continued upside here at the moment. It has had some good times. It's now got this sort of consolidated phase that it's just continued. I don't know what the hell happened there. As I say, it's the Sunday open, and it's obviously gapped down, but that's all sorted. It's really a potential breakout to the highs as we go through this morning. It's a bit of a mess. I don't like it when it's done these horrible little gaps down and things like this. But anyway, it has the potential for a continuation on the pound. Dollar yen still in a bit of a muddled phase here. The yen still not really able to do too much here. It's still weak. The US dollar still pushing against it, whilst it's not particularly strong against anything else. It's strong against the yen, and it just looks like on the lower time frames here we've got potential upside. Has arguably double topped in the early session there. I'd probably steer clear of it anyway at the moment. Australian dollar, commodity currencies doing quite well of late. Just coming off a little bit this morning at the moment. We have got the weekly pivot below. I always like a weekly pivot to be buying off of if you've got the opportunity in a decent uptrend. Whether it comes back to that sort of area, we'll have to wait and see. But also daily pivots below, so there is the potential draw down there. If you see prices selling, at least we've got some targets, but nothing immediate to look at post 8 o'clock here. Canadian dollar getting itself into a bit of a mess, but breaking this sort of key level. Or I say breaking it, it's sitting around this key level. This is just an area of previous support and resistance, really. So near-term support here. It's sitting around it. I want it to come away from that area ideally. It's showing this lower highs, lower lows. We again got the pivot above here at the moment. Again, would be interesting if we saw a week and move back into that weekly pivot would be looking on the short side there. Likewise, the dailies there. So both of these, they really got a bit of patient, or need a bit of patience on them by the looks of things. The New Zealand dollar broken through the trend here last week. It's looking, well, holding up there. Holding up there. I don't like the shorter term price here, but it did start moving properly last week eventually, and well, it's quite potential breakout at some stage here. It's sitting on its daily, got the potential breakout. Just looking at where it is in relative to its weekly, and if it starts breaking down, there's a weekly potential again for support and maybe a retrace. Dollar Swissy, there's nothing this morning that really is grabbing me at the moment, thinking, oh, that looks really good. I'm going to have to look through the cross pairs in a short while. Again, US dollar Swissy, well, it looks like it wants to continue and push up here. Again, got the weekly pivot below as a potential. It's clipped the daily, but not during the actual new day. At 10 o'clock at night, it clipped the daily. Not massively keen on it. It's just sat there too long, chopping. As I say, it has got the scope for a push to the upside. You've got to really look at this on the bigger picture as opposed to try and day trade it. Usual old suspects like the euro yen still pushing up here. We had that mess a few weeks ago. That's all done and dusted, and it's sort of back into its long trend. So I know there'll be a lot of shorters that sort of sit against this market, but at the moment, again, this is where the money's lost on trades like this, and we're just seeing continued buying really carrying on there. Again, consolidation where we are, might see something come of it this morning. We just need it to start looking like it's going to break out. But so there's in summary, then we've got, I think a pound's probably about the best looking for a breakout at some stage. It's actually, I'm just looking at it by the prior highs there. Just have a quick look again. Just if it does start coming back, it has got its weekly pivot as a draw there, but maybe it won't come back. We'll see what it does this morning. Bit of patience first thing, probably an hour or so before I do anything on that. Right, okay, there's the major markets. Let's have a look at the gold, etc. So gold's pushing up and pushing up. It's taken out the highs. It's into new highs. Solid old movement. It's the end of last week there. Nice bull flag sort of sat there and off it went, and it's, well, having a bit of a pullback at the moment. It's not a case of buying at this stage, but it had a good old Friday there. Nothing to be done right now, but it's worth watching that to see if it has got some further upside. Oil started picking up a little bit more now, is taking out the high between the two lows there, so that's suggesting that we could be on maybe towards that weekly pivot at some monthly pivot at some stage. Again, though, just got to be a bit careful here. It could just come down to the weekly, but it's been in a right old mess and horrible chop intraday. It's not been best at the moment. I've been sitting watching it quite a lot, but not trading it very much at all. Well, I haven't traded it for quite a few weeks now. Today I'm just looking at the daily in terms of ticking off some of my stats. It's already hit the daily pivot and the R1, so it reduces the potential for it today, but I'll keep an eye on it later. Again, it's always a 2 o'clock trade for me, or around about 1 or 2. Yes, okay, the S&Ps then, E-minis, well, Friday we saw yet another, was it Friday or Thursday that was? We saw the new high Friday, not quite making it, but we're pushing up again at the moment and looking quite positive there. Much smaller bars, a lot more consolidation at phases, sitting on here, and you can see what it's looking like at the moment. It doesn't look its best in all of this, but bigger picture, yep, it's still moving upwards, so it's not something I'd be wanting to sell against for sure, definitely not. But I am a little suspicious, but if the right long setups come, they've got to be taken for me at the moment. Anyway, the Nasdaq not looking so pretty here, still holding back there. Dow, once we get going again, that Dow, that's already made some new highs, so that's it back in new high to stage this morning, just pulling back a little bit. Looks like it had a little gappy sort of bit of price action. There you go. This morning, just see what these do. But as I said before, I'm wary about the highs on these. Moving closer home, then the DAX eased back a bit, and it's just off the highs at the moment. Off the highs and consolidating off the highs, not my cup of tea. It doesn't look so good. In fact, you look at it on a hourly point of view here, it's quite bear flagging. It looks like it's already sort of triggering to the downside here. Overall picture here, bear flaggy, but it is ranging as well. It did run off a low. Mixed bag, and well, FTSE, goodness, what's happened there? It looks all right in some respects in terms of the big push up it's had, but from a daily perspective, you look at it's about 7-8 days now, just running sideways, basically chopping along of less than 7, but 6 days in, sitting in that range, and it's ugly. Got the potential of breaking and continuing, of course, but not the prettiest. Right, okay, I shall leave it there. I wish you a great day's trading. There's, as I say, personally would be most likely looking at see if that pound can break and continue. Really, that's really my picture for this morning, to see if we can get a continuation on that side. Right, have a good day. Bye for now.